There was a boy, a handsome boy of about 14 years old, and he was on his way. Yes, he was on his way to his very first prom. He was a tall, good-looking kid, and he was looking forward to meeting his date that evening. He was so hyped up for the event that he already had his clothes on, his tie and his shirt and everything, but he heard the shower dripping. So he ran into the bathroom, he grabbed a hold of the handle and reached to turn the shower off all the way so it wouldn't drip, and the handle broke. It gave way. He fell out the bathroom window onto the deck. He bounced up into the air and landed not on the road, because a pickup truck was going down the hill, and in the pickup truck, in the bed of the pickup truck, was a water bed, and he landed on the water bed, but he hit it so hard that it knocked him out. And when he woke up, he was going over the Golden Gate Bridge about 5 hours away, and he was groggy, and he kind of lapsed back down onto the water bed, and then the truck got stuck in traffic outside of a big theater, and there were a bunch of people there, and they saw the boy well dressed with his red tie, and they said, "There he is, it's the waterbed singer." And they rushed over and they pulled him off the waterbed and out of the truck, and they were kind of mauling him and everything, and they wanted autographs, and the security realized what's going on. The boy was a dead ringer look-alike for, yes, the waterbed singer. And they rushed over and they pulled him inside the building, and they got him backstage, and backstage the manager said, "You got to get out there right now, you're late." And the boy groggily started going out to do, he didn't know what exactly, and they handed him a guitar, and he went out on the stage, and he got to the microphone, and he thought, "I kind of know who the waterbed singer is, but I'm not a singer. I can hardly play the guitar. Maybe I should tell him a story and stall until he gets here." So the boy did that. He started telling a story about a boy that was on the Empire State Building, and he fell several stories, and people saw it, and they didn't know what to do, so they handed him cookies out the window as he was falling, and tea and a napkin. Just then the boy heard a hiss, piss, 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 like that, and he looked around, and there was the real waterbed singer motioning him to come off stage. And he went backstage, and the waterbed singer said, "Thank you for filling in for me like this, and who are you, and why do you look so much like me?" And the boy said, "I don't know why I look so much like you, but I'm supposed to be going to my prom, and that was hours and hours, and I don't know what time it is now." And the waterbed singer said, "Well, it's 7:45. What time were you supposed to pick up your date?" And the boy said, 8. And the waterbed singer said, "Listen, you can go on my private jet. There won't be time to land you, but you can parachute down into her front yard." The boy called his dad and said, "Meet me there, Dad." And the boy got on the plane, and he did parachute down, and it was kind of scary, and he landed in the front yard of his girlfriend's house with a thump and a bump. And she came out, and she said, "Oh, there you are, Lion." That was his name, Lion. And she said, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here." And he said, because he realized he had something he really needed to tell her, and he should have told her, and he waited till the last minute, because that's the kind of person he was. And he said, "Sheila," and that was her name, "Sheila, I hate to tell you this, but," and just then Ralph came out of the house. He had been talking to Sheila. He wanted to tell Sheila the truth, too, because he was friends with Sheila. And he came out, and finally the Lion said, "Sheila, I hate to tell you this, but Ralph is the one I'm taking to the prom tonight." Oh, she started crying. Oh, and he said, "I'm sorry," and he patted her hand, and he grabbed, yes, he grabbed, what was his name? What was his friend's name? Now I can't remember his friend's name. Isn't that awful? He was so excited he couldn't even, he just grabbed his friend's hand and said, "Come on, let's go for it." I think his name was Ralph. They jumped in Ralph's dad's car, and they took off down the street. And poor Sheila, oh, in the back seat of Lion's car was who? Yes, you guessed it all along, and you always knew it, was Tagger, the twin brother of Lion. He had been away at a private school, and he'd just come home, and no one even knew Lion had a twin. And all this time, Tiger had been secretly in love with Sheila, and he jumped out of the car and he said, "Honey, I was just teasing. Let's go to the prom. I was only teasing. Let's go to the prom after all." And so everybody went to the prom and everybody was happy, and it got sorted out later on. The end.